Can you hear me? Fucking hell. Sorry, man. I was so hyped, I wasn't reading chat. Can you hear me now? Hear me now? It says my mic's working now. Anybody can hear me? Can you hear me now? Yeah, okay. So you're going to hear like a few seconds of me saying, can you hear me now? I'm going to tell you what I worked out so far. I'm sorry that my microphone was not working. Okay. Fortunately, I can catch you up in what I was saying. I was saying that the best place to start with translation is to work out roughly the context, i.e., let's work out approximately what's going on before we dive straight in. We knew already that this was a letter from House Gatac. What I recognised straight off was that this package here is a non-standard syllable. This isn't even like a letter. This is an artistic seal for House Gatac, and therefore the first real native seal for a house that we've seen. And we can tell it's Gatac because this is the shape for NG, this box here. Then this hook here would represent the A. These shapes here add up to parts of a T, and then here's the K. So this is the very first time we've had a Xi'an house seal. Now it looks like it's a two-part letter. There's a row of marks here which are usually question marks, and this separates it into two letters. The response, and this is really interesting, this seal says Shou, and Shou were the second imperial house. They're the ones who came after the first imperial house, Rua, who House Gatac were vassals to, and so I'm beginning to think, I haven't worked this out yet, but I'm beginning to think from these two things that maybe it's House Gatac addressing the new imperial house. And this is a bit hard to read. I think it says Sao, which would just mean like kingdom. So it's possible that this is something to do with the transition between the first and the second imperial age, i.e., when the imperial house changes. And then when I realized that my mic was muted, what I was saying was I was looking at numbers. These are not traditional Xi'an numbers, it would appear. These are just digits. And I was going to the numbers page, and I was saying that I was just going to put this in. So, a letter from House Gatac to House Shou, second first. Date on, I believe it's going to be a date. Date on first letter is 1-1. I'm not very good at numerals because I don't really do them that much. 1167. And then there's a capitalized E. There's something on the numerals page about that, I think. It's like a special symbol that I just don't have to deal with much. It's a real language, just a made up one. I don't have to deal with numbers ever. It's just not something I typically use. I hope you like my stream setup. I put a bit of effort into making it a little bit nicer. Not sure what that "eh" means. It might be some abbreviation we haven't been shown before. This kind of capitalized E thing. I'm assuming that's going to be like year or era. Oh, maybe it's saying like of the era. That'll be it. So we are saying, I think, that it is. We haven't seen this before. We haven't seen how a native Xi'an date is formatted. We would format a Xi'an date as 3 dot and then the number of years of. So if it's the third imperial era, it'd be 3 dot and then the number of years. And here we're seeing 1167. Then this symbol, which is like a capital E, and then 3. So this is something from the third imperial era, it would appear. Which is strange, because I thought House Shou was extinct by then. Well, that's a pickle. And then we have Earth U Rai Xi'an. So yeah, it looks like it says Third Imperial Era in Rai Xi'an, then another number which is 2 numerals. You will see me look up a lot of stuff. I'm not going to do this all off the top of my head. I don't know that much. 2951. So I don't really understand it directly from context what that is. That again says Rai Xi'an at the top, which means Xi'an year, basically. Actually, it's if you hear my cat in the background, my cat is very angry. Okay, so let's just delve in, shall we? So I'll try to do the Xi'an text in red, and let's hope that I get zoomed out enough that you can see me. Yeah, maybe me seconds that maybe they're counting from a different plane. I don't know. We usually when they put one of these translations in, quiet, Lucky, angry cat. Usually when they put one of these things in, they'll drop us a bunch more. Oh, yeah, does it say Raihim? Oh, yes, it says Raihim. Sorry, I was stupid. So, yeah. So, as someone just pointed out to me, this is actually in the current year. But I thought House Xiao was extinct by now. Maybe just the Imperial line of House Xiao. Okay, so let's get into this. 1 second, my cat is trying to jump out the window. Hang on. Ugh. The Xi'an command word is Mia, and this little cat likes making commands all the time. Don't know why I have the headphones on. I'm not listening to anything. Okay. So let's first transliterate. So I'm just going to type the Xi'an text into SRX. So, and if I make any mistakes, please let me know in the chat. T. We. So UR is the line, so Gatac. Xi'an is vertical, so enjoy that. Po, it's not poo, po. Po, yeah. With Tioa? Don't know what that is. See, which one I? You're. I'll do a whole sentence and then I'll come back. So once I get to a full stop, I'll come back. Say, Nyo. Nyoang. I think that's a it's a pronoun. It is a pronoun. Loa. Is that food? I've got capital something. We. Oh, I've got a cheat sheet here because some of the letters, basically, the letters I know best. Where's my cheat sheet gone? The letters I know best are the letters that come up in human names because I mostly learn the alphabet from translating people's names. I'll just do it on the resources page so you can see where I'm looking. I'm looking up this little letter here, which is some U vowel. I'm just really bad at the U vowels when they get really, really cramped. Oh, it's wa. Amwipwa. Something like America, maybe. Who knows? Just that noir. That's noir. Double check. Yep, noir. Tall. Oh, that's a long sentence. So she, not she. Shri. Shri. Is that Shri? Let's just check. No, not Shri. Okay, that was wrong. Shwai. Shwai. Got the A. Okay. Now, it might seem more impressive than this actually is, because each of these characters, they're not all unique. There's an internal logic to each one. So when you see like a flat right angle, when you have a flat right angle, then that's usually going to be an A or an O. So if it's like a dot above it, it'll be an A. If it's got a dot below it, it'll be an O. Similarly, if you see something which is more like a 7 shape, then that's usually going to be a U. And the consonants are just the consonants. So like the consonants are the only thing where there's like a lot of uniqueness. It's a we now. No, I'll have the Xi'an dictionary up soon. Is this all one long sentence? Okay, finally we've reached a full stop. Okay, so let's just do this last word. So this is San Rylen. San Rylen is the Xi'an name for the Rylen. So Rylen is like the branding for humans. Whereas San Rylen is like just the smooth cargo ship. And that's smooth in the sense of smooth jazz. Like no worries. Okay. Oh, I've got an L there. It should be an A. Okay. So that's our first sentence, I think. So let's have a go at translating that. And okay, before I start translating, please, if people are asking like to see it, send them here. Helps me out. But also, definitely don't share it without spoiler tags, because some people might want to translate this themselves. So just be cool. Don't share without spoilers. I'll put that on here. Let's just put this somewhere. I don't know. I trust you guys. Just you know, like, be nice. So T is straight off. Okay, let's get a few context things here. T in a low pitch means that we're speaking in a reverential tone, so kind of formal, a formal letter. Now, so T is an equation. It's saying it is equal to. This is a really long sentence. I'm just trying to break it down. So, I'm going to do some like really messed up English first, and then try and tease out a meaning from it. So equality between T is like saying T is one of the 3 verbs for like to be, and it's the one where it's like literally this is this equals this, and then so that's like for house this is a Gatac. The idea. So I've changed over to the Xi'an dictionary made by Chris Harrow. Convey. Okay, so miss it. Taioa would be like a bit of information. And I think as she is regarding on the matter of from from Yeowa. No, the Yeowa was that. Just find that again in the. Just check that I got that right as well. Po, yeah, with. Oh, it's not Yeowa. Yeowa, it's just Yeowa. That's wrong. Okay. Sorry, I'm not like completely fluent in Xi'an. Yeowa. Past. Piece of information from the past. Oh, okay, so this letter. Okay, now we're getting a bit more context. It seems like this letter is modern, and this is them saying, it's 2951, commemorate. It's probably going to be like commemorating the fact we're releasing this ship. We're going to share with you a letter from our archives. So rather than the letters being a letter and a response, it's more of a introduction and then a historical article. And yeah, they do just call it the smooth cargo ship. I got loads of people trying to get me on Discord. It's probably loads of people telling me that I'm muted. Yeah, it's loads of really nice people. They very, very generously telling me that I was muted. Great. Thank you. And Nyoang is a pronoun. I always forget. Pronouns. Why would they stay in your brain? They're not useful. It's not like pronouns are the basis of most sentences. And they're probably going to be a reverential pronoun to match the reverential verbs. So that's we. From our past. So Yoa se Nyoang is our past. Yoa, past, say, of Nyoang, us. Uloa. Now that's probably not going to be about food. Loa is also food, but I sometimes say that like my ability to do anything is just really just my ability to search something quickly. Let's see that lower again. Maybe I was wrong. Low? No, it's just a loe, not lower. Okay. That's inside. And then amwipwa. Amwipwa. Amwipwang. It's not amwipwa, it's amwipwang. Now that's confusing. Not confusing, but it's new to me. Pwang means great, and means a thing, like a physical thing. Within our archives. Okay, so Armui Pwang in this means the physical great location of preservation, so archives. And don't worry, I'm going to tease this into a better translation in a minute. So, yeah, Armui Pwang, and they've capitalized it because I guess they think highly of their archives. Noir to what's noir? Noir with female. Have I missed something there? Nuang again. I just didn't bother to do the concepts on the end. In order to, and then to is create. Try a treat. A treat for Reese of the Rylen. Okay, so let's tease this into oh yes, please spam my link everywhere. I'll be very happy. Can we still see everything? Sorry, I'm just playing with my stream a bit. So let's tease this into a better translation. I still understand this nui you are saying Gatac in terms of grammatic, in terms of grammar. But basically, House Gatac would like, well, more like is releasing a piece of historical information from within our archives in order to why did you do that? Sorry, my this doesn't like Microsoft Word. There we go. In order to mark the release of the line, or celebrate the release of the Rylan. One sentence done, and it only took like 20 minutes. The Lady Archives. Okay. Yes, the Lady Archives. Another sentence. Let's transliterate. Okay, so we'd got up to this full stop. So, can we see? Yep. Okay. Oh, you are. Don't capitalize me, word. Be on. Oh, you are. Quai. Teo. U. Hui. Oa. Set of information. Oh, that seems like that's going to be something from the proximity matrix, which I tend to hate. Is a thing where you have relations between ideas and distances, and it's just like, oh, I just noticed my stream window's gone ugly again. Let's just nip that in. There we go. Oh, afternoon, everybody. Afternoon, George Martin. Thanks for everyone for turning up. Really appreciate it. Where were we? No. Slayer. Okay. Or pa quai cha. Sorry, I just suddenly go blank for a sec. What? Chihuahua. Ooh. Ngi. Schwa. Schwa? No, Schwer. Schwer. Full stop. Okay. Read the chat. I don't know if I'm just missing part of the chat. Because I've got the message saying read the chat, but I haven't seen anything other than read the chat. I feel that maybe that Chris is maybe watching from the start and seeing the bit where I'm muted. And I'm not sure. Anyway. Can anyone hear me? Is everything going okay at the moment? Let me double check on my my own stream. My own view of the stream. That Chris is maybe watching from the start and seeing the bit where I'm muted. Okay. Okay, as long as I'm fine. Cool. Okay, so we got another sentence to translate. Let's put it on a new page so we can see it clearly. So it's at the top there. Oh, no, it's off the top. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think Chris was seeing the old bit where I was not, where I didn't have my microphone working. Okay, so let me find my dictionary again. Okay, so we are now translating this sentence. I don't know if anyone watched my my previous stream where I had it really bad. I just had windows everywhere. I'm trying to do better. Oh yeah, the history. Do history. It's oh yow, isn't it? Not oh yo. Jale. Can't take me anywhere. Oh yow. Oh, yeah. So let's again just do a rough like word for word garble translation, and then can do passive. Question: added new words released on Spectrum by CIG. I haven't seen the new words released on Spectrum. I will go there now as well because that could be very helpful. So let's again just do a. Let's go to Spectrum, and they'll probably be on the Xi'an dictionary, I guess. New words. Okay, cool. Okay, Time Worn, Ancient, Songgrave, very useful. And we found the Ark. Okay, great. So it's not the archives. It's the Ark. Thanks for pointing out that there was new words. I was expecting that there would be, but we haven't really reached any of them other than Sunrise Len, which I'd already worked out previously. And yeah. Okay. So that will be useful. Okay, let's back to this sentence. Do you think there'll ever be a point where I'll be able to just translate it fluently? Like, I kind of can get a gist, but that doesn't make for such a good stream as compared to like going through word by word, getting it perfectly. Like, and if I was doing this without any pressure, I'd probably be doing this a lot quicker. But I thought I'd entertain you people. Yeah, so this is like can do find, like, in a passive sense of like it can be found. So oo is in the manner of, like, I know these words. I know these words, and I'm just like looking them up because I freak out with a camera on me and think, oh, I think, you know, I'm not going to once I got a camera on me, everything that I know goes out my head. And also I've had quite a long day. I had a big lab meeting presentation. So yeah, this is interesting. So it's an organized set of a set of information. By an organized set, I'm going to put a comma in there to remind myself that the set is not duplicate. Find organized set of information. I think it's from the proximity matrix. Yeah, here. So it's kind of like here can be found a set of. Yeah, Chris, sorry, the link doesn't come out, and also, yeah. Yeah, sorry, the link doesn't come through into the chat that I'm watching. But that's a good point. I probably should do that. Yeah. I kind of like just trying to translate it word by word, but if it's being painful to watch, we can just paste it into here. So this is a tool that Chris made, which is useful. So now we just need to work out the words. I kind of forgot about this because I don't usually bother. So yeah, can do set of information. So we still need to work out a year layer. So it's something about properness. I got a feeling it's going to have something like this. Transmission, transmit a proper message. So a year layer, I'm going to translate as proper message unless there's something in the new words. No, there's no thing there. I'll just double check my my Xi'an there to see that I got it right. Yeah, layer, yeah. So, yeah, so a year layer appears to be a proper message, it would seem. Maybe that's like a formal message or a yeah, like a formal message. And then a opa kwai chao u geshuea means like so this kind of like seems like a subjunctive clause. I don't know the grammatical terms, but it's like something in the past. Chao loa. So something about conversation, message, talking. Let's look at chia. Change, modify, alter, translate. Yeah, I guess that must be translation, right? Ciao. Again, is that on the list? No. There's words here that I have not encountered before, and they're not on the list of new words. I think that means like that has been translated into modern language. So it would be something like, here can be found sets of information that have been translated into modern language. We're still on the preface bit, and it's kind of not boring, but not as interesting as I think what's coming. So we got to there. Let's go for transliteration. And can you see it properly? Yep. Okay, let's transliterate. Or pa quai. Lots of this passive text. Shui. Some plastic crap. Shui layer. T. So I'm just going to keep an eye on everything to make sure that you can hear and see and everything's going okay. So I'm translating this bit here. Tao, something to do with the emperor. Tao Noir Sao. I think that means the emperor or the empress. I can't remember which. ETH. Say sure. So I was right. This is something to do with a letter with an old Shou Emperor, so it's going to be something from either the first or second eras. Loire. Hey, you're helping by being here and supporting. Moral support goes a long way. Ooh. Nui. Ooh. Yeah. Yi. Nga. Jesus, a long word. Ngalo. Okay. Say. Nya. Nyoang again. Nyoang. Yui. Got space. Yui. Yi. Po. That's one word. Yi po. Po. Kya. Yi po kya. Shi. Ya. Shui. Wei. Hui. Hui. Sao Xi'an. Xi'an Empire. Uth. Unya. To. Teto. Air? I think that was one of the new words from the... Oh, yeah, so this is this new word where it's like... It's got a double... Fine. It's a weird spelling. Yeah, okay. That's a really strange character for... I just remembered seeing that. Time Ward, Ancient, Eternal. Se. Nyo. After you okay, what's it? After you translate the Xi'an... I mean, you can put the Xi'an straight into like Chris's tool and it'll work better than me going through it. It is kind of useful for me to find the words that I'm getting wrong. Besides, it'll still be on the recording. So Wem. Okay, so we stick that into Chris's tool. And we'll see how many words we actually got. Okay. And after I've done this half, I'm going to have to take a quick break because I was actually cooking something when this dropped. And I need to go and make it continue cooking. I'm doing my Xi'an cooking. Which takes many, many hours. So, yeah. So we need to work out what Shui Flare. What is it? Shui Flare. So it's going to be something proper. Shui. Okay, did I get the character wrong? There's always a possibility that I've just like messed up the character. Where did I get Shriathlaya from? I've lost in my own translation. Yeah, that's XY, low pitch, we. Okay, is it in the new words? Send off. Properly send off. Okay. Oh yeah, let's type out the rough version and then we'll try and work out the proper version. So do past passive proper send off. Then was it T? Was it a T? Yeah. Equal to, and then town. I might have just got the comments in the wrong place, or I think it's Empress because that's Tao Yu Sao, and Tao Noir Sao would be Empress. Empress ETH of House Show. So I'm just copying this on House Show. It. And I think that's a reverential it inanimate. And then Unya Ying Law is Unya Ingalo is such a complicated word. Did I accidentally smash two words together? Unya Ying. Let's just zoom out. Let's see where it was. It was where we just said show, so I can look for a capital letter somewhere. Oh, sorry. Unya Yi Galo. Okay. Well, let's look at Yingalo, because I think so Ngalo is respect between two parties. So and then Nyayi sounds like a person, a role. Well, Nya is person. What's Yi? Flow, transmit. Okay. Don't really understand that word. I kind of expect it just to be lore and background information. So it's something to do with respect and personal honor. I can't really make much, and transmitting, like, for, I think it's like showing respect, showing our respect, like probably like a vow of obedience or something like that. Like let's put capital R, respect, you know, like okay, let's go back to this. So Yipokya is something to do with war. Pokya is the idea of war, but here it's actually with a long O, so that would be like more like the act of war. What's Yi with just a... The dictionary's not very good at searching just two letter words. Let's do it in this thing here. Yi. Can sound like the belief in waging war, in warmongering, I'd call that. Is that in the new words? Yipokya? Nope. I'm kind of glad it isn't, to be honest, because it lets you work it out. Yipokya, warmongering. Of Swear is like Swear. So new. She would be a time. She would be a point in time. Swear would be a new thing. So I'm thinking maybe the new era. Like maybe this was when just when the era was changing. Yeah, sense from that doesn't make sense. Yeah. Maybe there's something which is compounded. Oh, I must have missed an accent. Again. Oh yeah. Xia Shui update. Update of between the Xi'an Empire and Unyateto. Ooh, isn't that like Nemesis? Maybe this is going to be to the Gatac. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is going to be to do with the Gatac because how Shou was the maybe it's going to be to do with the Gatac because how Shou was the one that was killed off by the Gatac. So perhaps we're talking about. Oh, why am I doing this? When yeah, all of us. So this is going to be something like it was sent off to. Oh, it wasn't T. It wasn't equal to. It was because I put TE there, and it should be just T, which is a different word. I put T with two I's, and it should have been T with one I, which I think is using. Or with, or for, or something like that. So bloody sleepy. Like I say, with two-letter words, I tend to just check the PDF because it's, yeah, with using, make use of. It's going to be something like it was sent off to, it was sent off to Empress Eth of House Shou to show respect, maybe even support. I'm not sure. I'm going to put a question mark. To renewed in between the Xi'an Empire and our common ancient enemy. I think there was another ancient in there, wasn't there? Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, so that's at the end. So then it just says, let's translate all this again. Well, not again, but so it's Athleikol, goodbye. Goodbye. And then it says Kyo Kyolion? Say Gatac. Nope, what have I done there? Kyolion Gatac. It's probably just like missing space or something. That means like from department group. Oh, advisory council. So it's the advisory council of the Gatac. So that's just signing off who it's from. It's actually on behalf of the whole 3-person council that oversees Gatac. And then we had this earlier. Let's go to the top of the page. So this is saying Xi'an date, human date. So like today. Okay, so the first letter literally just says, we're going to tell you about this really interesting letter that we sent off. So we've spent about an hour getting through the introduction, which has given us some context for what we can expect. Now, I'm going to quickly go and just sort something out. So I'm going to take a short break. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'm sous videing duck legs, duck confit for my Xi'an cooking contest. So I just need to go and sort those out. I'll just be turning them back on again. And I need to get some water. And I'll turn some lights on. So I'll be back in 5 minutes. Oh. Oh, I didn't put the lights on. Hang on a sec. I hope you enjoyed my little translation challenge that I'd put on the pause screen. If anyone worked it out. Don't know. Right. Let's get into this. Now we're getting to the proper letter. So, let's go right to the end. Let's date it. It'll give us some clue for what's going on. So they won't have discovered the humans at this point. We only met them during the Third Empire, the Third Imperial Age. So there's no human date, so we only have a Xi'an date. Interestingly, this is numbered in a. Oh no, they have like added. So yeah, they have added the human date for our benefit. So the actual letter. So the date on this one is 1/2 something something. Let's go to the numerals page. I just really ought to remember these numerals, but like I say, it's more of a confidence issue when you've got like a stream on and you don't want to get it wrong. There we go. Alphabet. Fabio, feel free to tell them what my my stream thing said. 1296. That was around the time that yeah, wasn't a great time to live in my part of the world. So so this letter is taking place in 1296, which in the Xi'an dates is 1699 of the Second Era. So I think that's in the Spirit Wars. Let's have a look. I believe it was within the Spirit Wars. Yeah, this is like... So this is... So Eth Xiao was assassinated 7 years after this letter. 1699 is, in the Second Era, is like towards the end of the Spirit Wars. They went from 961 to 1735, and the major event that we know of is 1706, when the entirety of House Shou was assassinated by the Gatac. So we're about to get some Gatac lore, people. Gatac lore is happening. Tell your friends, Gatac lore is happening here. It'd be interesting to see how the Xi'an spell Gatac, because might already be written down somewhere, but yeah. Okay. So let's get into this. We oh, Noir in a capsule. Kind of sounds like gonna be mother. When you are, I think, is like a term for mother. But maybe it's like mother of the empire, so. Nope. Again, it's going to capitalize me, and I don't want to be capitalized. That shouldn't be a... It's just Yoam. Not... Still waiting for the term to be capitalized. You know, what? So Star Citizen probably started out as just a Wing Commander game. I mean, if you look at the introduction... the introductory video, it actually has a location from Wing Commander lore as the location for the carrier that we see, and yeah, there's like a lot of transfer over, and the Xi'an kind of occupy the same space as the Kilrathi, and in Wing Commander lore, the Kilrathi were attacked by some people called the Kernthak, that came about in like Wing Commander Prophecy. I've never played these games, I just know this from doing Star Citizen stuff. So I don't know where I was going with that. Just dropping off some. So Yulon. Say Gatac. So it's you are let's put it into, so Kielon is this thing about yeah, it would be nice if there was more stuff that I could translate. Wouldn't that be nice? Did I get that wrong? Oh yeah, Shiwa, not Yewa. Yes, so this is going to be a letter from the Emperor to Gatac. So this is like, yeah, so it's to Matriarch, because Xi'an are matriarchal. And the Advisory Council of House Gatac. It doesn't actually say house, but from context. Okay, and then we have a very ominous looking word. Oh, ruang is apologize. I often have to say that. Ruang lei. I think that means like apologize quickly. Or I think it's quite a threat. I think this is saying like you better, you better watch your tone. Does this? Oh no. Okay, so it's from this. It is. Please. Yeah. Please pardon the lack of formalities and brevity. Okay. Oh yeah. The reason I thought that was because it was like, sorry, you fast. But it turns out it's idiomatic. Okay. Let's get into it. He keeps saying. You can tell I'm not a very good streamer. I don't understand the ways to do this. Okay, but we are going in with pejorative pronouns, I think. Rule. Yep. Oh, this is gonna be a little bit juicy. So we're going in with pejorative pronouns, which are like there's rudeness happening, and it can be like self-effacing, but it can be like, "Oi, you." Rupa. Ha. I'm not sure how. I think that'd be like Hakya. Unra. Say. Kel. Oh, Gatac. There we go. Now we know how Gatac is spelt in Xi'an. It is spelt Gatac. That was probably already written somewhere. It's probably on the dictionary, right? Let's just double check that. Oh, okay. So we now find out that that's how you spell Gatac. Gatac in Xi'an is this here. Gatac with. So the reason why it's pejorative is saying like those bastards, the Gatac, they've done something awful. We have to find out what awful thing they've done. With Mwaka Yao. It's probably like our space, maybe. Goyao Weka. Let's zoom in on the bit I'm actually working on so you can get a better sense. I'm on this first column here. What was I saying? No. Twe. He. Twehine. Don't know what that means. A. Tethtam. Tethtam sounds like a planet. Tethtam. Eka. Pia. Hyoton. Pia Hyoton. Yeah, you're right. I could probably, it would have been better. Would have been better to have it more flexible, in a way that I could then change it. Right. In fairness, I didn't know whether it was going to be. Well, I probably should have expected it was going to be vertical, right? Pia Hyoton kind of sounds like it's going to be the Hyoton system. However, it's usually they've called them like Xi'an for systems before. Maybe that's just a difference that they're changing to. Hyoton is their home system. It just means star, so it's like how our system is called Sol. Whoa. Another long sentence. Xi'an love long sentences. Nuang oh. Yay. With San Sao. San Sao kind of sounds like it's going to be the Navy. Yeah. Yeah. The pejorative, I think. San with so long. Le Sho Le Shoma A Hyath. Is that Hyath or Hyath? It's Hyung. That was thing. Hyath. The Hyath is the military. It's a Hyung. Say. Twom. Okay. Nice long sentence for us. Let's pop it into the dictionary lookup. So the things that the dictionary lookup doesn't tell you is whether you have a pejorative or like a laudative or a reverential noun. So there's 7 different flavors of noun basically, and yeah, that's a pejorative. That's saying like those bastards. So the Gatac have done something. So Hakia kind of sounds like an attack, right? Hakia. So Kia is fight. What's Ha? Let's first check the list here. No, but we do have Hyung, which is awful, horrible, viscous, vile, cruel, and terrible. Like Krong, actually, is also that. Let's have a look at Ha. As I say, this is actually easier to do in here, usually for 2 lesser words. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Thank you for 50 people watching me do this homework, basically. I am doing language homework. So, Ha, somewhere in here. Believe it or not, this is still quicker than necessarily using the search sometimes. Excessive. Knowing. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Did I get the word right the first time? Hakia. Okay. I think I'm going to interpret that as being, seeing as it appears in the word for excessive. So like ha'a, hakia, I like, that's going to be like a really violently attacked, I think. Unra, do not understand that one. Did I get that right? Yep, Unra. Okay. Un would be a set, and Ra, not sure. Thinking maybe squadron is in here. Unya, group of people. Oh, okay, so this is what I was missing. There was a prefix for a group of people. Okay, so previously I've been missing that bit of vocab in my translation, which might mean that I need to go back and correct some things. And Ra. Some. A set of some, a group of some. A group of some Gatac have attacked a space station of Ngoyao. Ngoyao, did I get that right? Space station of Gaoyao. Not Goyao, Ngaoye. Ngaoye. Let's put that in again. Is Ngaoyao a word? Okay, no, that doesn't work either. Go, collect, absorb. Is it in here? Yeah, training. Okay, so a training space station. Tuehine. That definitely feels like it should be on here. In the orbit of Tethtam. I wonder if Tethtam would have been the name of Tethleia, which is Gatac's HQ before. And then I'm pretty sure Pia is going to be system, and they're going to be like retconning, or not retconning, but on the border of the Hyaton. Okay. Luo. Did it say Luo? Hyoton. I was saying Hyoton. That's just bad Xi'an. It's Hyoton. Hyoton. So where was my Tethtam? Hyoton. Ooh. Not Luo. It's Ruo. Ruo. Which is, again, do. Do care in order to... Is it Olier? Feels like it should be Earlier. No. The grammar in here is not like the grammar I've encountered much before. Sorry, I wasn't looking at chat then. Thanks for pointing out Ra, Chris. The border of Hyoton. Like the way it kind of goes from one sentence to Uryo Tong Nuang, that's unusual to me. We haven't had so much to translate, so you know, you kind of learn these languages in like nice discrete sentences, I suppose, and then as soon as you encounter something which is more sort of flowing and natural, you'll start to see things where the unwritten rules of the language come out, I suppose. I don't know, or maybe I'm just not as good as I thought I was. Focusing off on Sansao. I want to think Sansao means like the Navy because San and Sao, but then Sao is, I think I'm getting myself confused between two different lengths of Sao, because I think Sao with an accent with a macron means something different to oh yeah, flee. San Sao. How did I San Sao, yeah, it is definitely with a long A, so okay. No, so bang, it was so San Sao is like fleeing ships or escape vessels. It's going to be escape vessels, isn't it? San Sao, vehicle for escape. Is it going to be in here? Yeah, it's going to be like so it's going to be like taking care. I think they're going. I think that what they're saying is they were shooting the escape pods, taking care to target escape pods while causing Lieshoma, what's that? Mission. Hyung, while completing their awful mission. So basically they attacked a training space station in the orbit of Tethtam on the border of Hyoton, taking care to target escape pods while completing their terrible mission. I'm not sure if Hyoton if we have Tethtam on like the existing maps. No, so currently when you have Tethlea, so when you have Hyoton 1, Tethlea, which is Hyoton 2, Xi'an Hyoton 3, and Kawa Hyoton 4, Hyoton 4. Maybe this is like another planet, like Hyoton 5 or 6. Yeah, shooting escape pods. Kind of a dick move, Gatac. Beginning to think these Gatac aren't as nice as they seem to be. Sounds like they might be grouchy bastards. Okay. Well, first sentence complete. Second sentence. I'm loving the use of pejoratives. We don't tend to get pejoratives that much. Oh, I'm guessing you won't be able to see this sound. Raw. So to catch anyone up who's just joining us, it's a letter from Gatac to the then Xi'an emperor, who would later be assassinated by the Gatac, about the Gatac. And, you know, like I might go back over my initial first letter translation in the light of what this one says, and also in the light of the new vocabulary that I didn't notice. Anyway. Ropa Kwai. Ha ho. Ha ho. What if this alliance between the Gatac and the Vandal? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Yeah, Yath. Chi. Yath Chini. Sounds like something like Admiral or something. The Yath is the military. So. Li. Ya. Yi ya ya. Got haho li ya ya. Ya ya. We. Chi. Starts in the next column. Wawa. Noana. Earth. Oh, Alth. Noana. Earth. Ueth, not Earth. Weth. Wait, have I lost my... Oh no. Yeah, sorry, I just went in the wrong column. Earth. Ah. Oh no. Lun. Run. Not lun. Run. The Gatac bastards, Xi'an. Absolute blighters. Tao Se Yi Wa Se Man Moa. So I'll tell you right now, Yath Shinyi will not come up in this check. Okay. Ha-ho. Is it ha-ho, ha-he? Okay. Let's go back. No, it definitely says ha-ho, not ha-he. Hey, Niku. Okay, let's check the... Okay, what is ha-he? Okay, it's probably not to do with the nice flavour that you get when you eat Szechuan peppers. It's probably going to be something to do again with excess and extremeness. Extremely stealthy, maybe. So what you got here is another pejorative sentence starting with like do, and then so it's an active sentence. It's in the past. It's passive, and extremely stealthy. Nyahathchini. Yeah, Gus letters. The Gatac are the like nemesis of the Xi'an, and we were told last year that we wouldn't have we would never like see them. Well, not that we didn't see them. We didn't see them for a while because they are like they're kind of something that they're keeping like in their pocket. So Nyahiathchini is military recruits. Did I get? I think I keep, ironically, I kind of keep mixing up L's and R's, which is supposed to be that thing. So I'm looking up Liyaya because I don't know that one. Liyaya. Doesn't. Don't understand that one. Liliaya. It just doesn't. More flavorful. Again, it keeps coming back to like flavors and stuff. Must be something in here about it, because is it numbers? It can't be numbers because they would just use numbers, wouldn't they? I'm not crazy. That says Lyi. Ya. Does ya mean something? Is that what I'm missing here? Too many two-letter words to remember. Yeah, more. So like extremely more, but then like more. Don't know why you're saying more twice, but then L-Y-I. I'm not going mad. I was born this way. Okay. I must have missed something. Is it supposed to maybe just be 100? More than 100? I'm going to choose to say like it's maybe something like an idiom of like just saying loads and loads. Like li ya ya is saying kind of like 100 more and more. So like hundreds and thousands. Rather than giving a specific number, it's just saying like multitudes. So Haho I decided was like very stealthy. Okay. Let's go back to just getting the whole sentence down. So do past passive, extremely stealthy, and because it's do it in a pejorative past passive, it's likely to be again the commenting on something that, so because it's passive, it's something was done. Stealthy, extremely stealthy. Etchy, temporal inflective. That's like beginning, becoming. It's like talking to their mothers. Talking to mother. Etchy war. Wana. Etchy war is sort of like beginning to talk to mother. And they were like the future of their lines. Unless there's some idiom that I'm missing here that makes that make more sense. I just saw someone come in. The phrase is an idiom in the dictionary. Okay. Oh yeah, young adult. Okay, cool. Just old enough to say mother. Ah, thank you. Yeah. And were the whole and they were the whole future of their lines. Yeah, I mean, I guess like the fact that there's some of us who kind of claim, perhaps falsely, to know Xi'an means that people are put off. Because when the Banu letter came out, I feel like most people want an even playing field. Like I hadn't really known much Banu at the time. Responding to Fang's comment about like how everyone went wild for the Banu letter, and then that isn't happening now. And I think it's just because like if you know, this is the kind of the guilty thing of like in me enjoying this myself, is that we're not having that big kind of community effort. But you could like that's why I don't want people to share this stream, like share my translation outside of this. And please do, if someone wants to see it, like sure, send them my link, but don't like go around sharing it, like sharing the full translation, simply because some people might want to do it themselves. Like we can respect that. Use spoiler tags at least. I'm still not happy with this Haho thing here. I'm guessing it's like I don't get that. Like Haho just seems to be secretly and it's not to do with Hahi because that's something with flavors. So I need to go back to where that was and see if I got it wrong. So we're on the second sentence. Somewhere in here. Ha ho. No, it just says ha ho, and I mean it's obviously something to do with violence. I'm gonna kind of like substitute my understanding rather than a literal translation here, and I'll put a question mark next to it. Yeah, so I got that like more, but then like the hoe is secret, so like more they more secreted them. It doesn't make sense. Oh, they viciously silenced, or maybe because ho can mean silence. So, and I'm going to put vicious in to convey the ro and the ha, because you can't translate those literally. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, they snuffed them out. They made them quiet. And we were here. We good on... Oh, sorry, you can't see that, can you? There we go. Okay, that's my translation for that sentence. Okay, back to transliteration. Okay, so we are transliterating... Let's draw a box in it. Maybe that'll be... So I'm transliterating this bit at the moment. Po. Chol. It could be chor as well, because that's the same character. L and R at the end of a word. Yeah, I guess also that's true in Quietemu, that like last time we had this Banu translation, we're like, oh, there might be something really exciting that lots of people want to know. And like now we know from experience, I mean, I kind of already knew that, but we can kind of anticipate that it's just going to be like some story, though we are actually finding out stuff to do with the Gatac, like how they operate. The fact that they mercilessly kill children in their escape pods is, I think, interesting information. Chol. San. Se. Oh, there's a bit of a weird typo there. They used the wrong... There's a typo here. I'd say Banu grammar is more complicated than Xi'an. Banu grammar has 7 types of verbs, whereas Xi'an grammar only has like 7 verbs, full stop. And you have to do a lot more just like knowing this word is in this category and therefore this grammar is what it is. Therefore these are the grammar rules for it when you're doing with Banu. Whereas with Xi'an, kind of there aren't so many like different sets of rules. So yeah, I just found a spelling mistake here where the pitch mark is wrong. Sanseo would be so yeah, it's just supposed to be a normal rise. Sanseo would be like rescue vessels. Say Sanseo, say Sao. It's the Empire. Ooh. Yeah, Yai. So Gus lets us know this is a historical document. So this is going back to 7 years before the Xi'an Empire was kind of defeated, I suppose you could say. Like they, like the emperor was killed by the Gatac 7 years after this letter. But this is back in this is like 800 years ago from today. So you know, like 1600 years ago from the present day of star system. Potion Thlea. Potion Thlea Leth. Yeah, thanks, Kenmore. That clarifies it. Uth This might see us all the way to the end of the paragraph, and I might take another just like 5-minute break for myself because this is hard work. Let's put this on a new page. Oh, did I get that right? Yeah, oh. Yeah, no problem, good letters. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, just to catch you up. The first top part of the letter says, "Hey, we brought this out of the archives. You might enjoy it. Might find it interesting. It's a letter that was sent to us by the second Xi'an, by an emperor of the second Xi'an era, and it happens to be 7 years before they were assassinated. So that's kind of interesting. 1600 years would be a few lifetimes. Like, Cray is like old at 400, so we're talking about something that would happen like, a good long while ago. Yeah, I can't imagine having the entire dictionary memorized, and I can't, even if I did, I can't imagine being able to access it right now, because as I said, I had this big lab meeting. We were presenting to a lab at like a prestigious university. We're like a decent, we're a good university, and we're presenting to someone at another good university, and who's someone who's much more senior than my boss, so wanted to show went really well, and so it was kind of stressful. It's particularly interesting for me because I'm not from that part of science. I'm from... Oh, there's another spelling mistake here. Oh, the high-pitched mark is on the wrong line. I'm from... no, maybe it's... I think it's supposed to be rise. Yeah, I'm from like developmental mammalian biology, and I currently work in a microbiology lab. So a lot of the kind of information that everyone assumes that everyone knows, I don't know, and a lot of the things that I would assume everyone knows, and I'm kind of like hoping that I don't have to go over them again. Well, either I don't know, or I don't know what the limits of those things are, so I end up kind of like explaining things that I kind of end up explaining things and looking like I don't understand them, because like, this cool technique, and they're like, yeah, everyone knows about that. You're explaining it like you just heard about it. It makes you sound bad. So that's been my day. It was good. It went fine, but it was stressful, and so I am tired. Goodbye. Yo. Okay, there's a little bit left on the sentence. Okay. 4th generation. Yeah. I mean, like, the Spirit Wars... I think they'd kind of be like World War One in the minds of the Xi'an, in how devastating they were and in how far they are from today. Maybe a bit earlier. Maybe like the 30 Years' War, like, which devastated Europe. And there's still like demographic effects from the 30 Years' War in parts of Germany, so that's kind of interesting. Or what was this? I think it was more to do with like what religion is practiced. Okay, so did I get that? So when the emperor goes, there's been 3 emperors. There's been 3 emperors that started. Okay, I'm just responding to Raga, who's saying like, I bet the passing the emperor, they'll have an election. Yeah, so we've had three different imperial houses, and they're... Sorry, I can't make that. There you go, 3. The first one was done by election, or at least they were like selected from the houses, and that's when they started the empire. The second was done by the Ruhr knew they were dying out, and they said, we're going to groom House Xi'an to take over. And then they just died in this war, and then there was a sort of interregnum and a dark age and civil war, kind of the warring states period for China, and then out of that, one house took control, which was Cray. So with Cray dying, he knows he's dying, so it's a question of whether he's going to be like putting in an heir, or is he going to be is it going to go to like another period of interregnum and maybe civil war. So it's only chol, not chill. Okay, so chol is a new word for me. Yeah, fail. Okay, so epo, is it epo? Is it epa? Kind of seems like it should be epa. It's epa. There's that. So I can sort of start to translate this. Now, like, I used to be able to do this, and now my tendons are so tight I can't do that anymore, like, comfortably. Okay, so it's the Empire's rescue ships failed, and then Botion Threaleth is... They've got to give that to me. Come on. Oh. How can you not translate Pyoton Threaleth for me? That's a mean one. Mean one. Okay. Let's double check that I actually got it right first, because who knows? Pyoton Threaleth. Po, yeah. Chon, yeah. Thea, yeah. Leth. Well, Leth is fast, okay, so... And Po means it's the idea of something. Oh, no, I'm really happy to have something to do. So, Xi'an is a shuttle, or... to arriving a shuttle, okay. Xi'an Thlealeth. Po Xi'an Thlealeth. It must be a rival, right? Is Xi'an in there? Is Xi'an on this list? No. Weird that we have several words containing Xi'an. Yeah. So, what were we saying? Pure Xi'an... I think Pure Xi'an Thlealeth is probably like rapid proper response. Do... So this gets really complicated towards the end. Xi'an come. Okay, thanks Chris. So Xi'an is the idea of arriving properly quickly. Xi'an Thlealeth. I think that's like the idea of arriving... Oh yeah, sorry, I just wasn't scrolling up. Aha. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was... I just wasn't scrolling up. So it says idea come proper, kind of correct, and quickly. So I think failed to arrive in time. So is it? I think that, yeah, it's the idea of like they failed to get there in time, which would have been good and fast, and that's like a compound idea. And opa quai po I mungia man. And then we got like two weird little sentences that I'm not quite getting. Do we have mungia in here? No. Okay, so what does mung mean? Sadness, gloom. So yeah, 3/3 sack. I think they'd be like in due time, but like, yeah, rapid. So mungia. Am I getting that right on? Oh, just like incredible. Okay. So so this is saying and so what we have here is so what makes the epic grief even multiplying more. So I think like there's gonna be is I think we're going to get like a real kick in the teeth here. So the Empire's rescue ships failed to arrive in time, and what really makes it awfully tragic is something that I'm going to try to work out that is to do with yo-yo. Really tragic yo-yo, which means like a lack. Yeah, there's something missing, but then they were missing nothing. I think this is going to kind of get around to like, oh, it would have been fine if we had stuff in time, so we need you to make more ships or something like that. Yeah, where's the list? I don't understand this. So, what? Yes, and what causes the epic grief to multiply is something, but then it says, okay, so B, they already did not have nothing. Yeah, maybe they should. Is that they already did not have nothing? I don't get that. E parkour lai yo-yo. Let's double check that I got the actual things right, but I can't see how I'd get yo-yo wrong. That's yo-yo. Yo-yo. Is there a high? See, there's yo. Missing element. Anyone got ideas for yo-yo? It's this bit here, yo-yo. Is that they weren't missing anything? I'm going to put that. I don't like that, and I think maybe it might come clearer from context. Sorry, hit the microphone. It might come clearer in context what's happening there. So if I go ahead and translate the next bit, maybe it will become clear what that means. If anyone's got ideas for yo-yo beyond, like, it just seems like empty element, like nothing. It seems like it could be idiomatic, but then isn't there? So unless am I missing something? Okay. So it appears in clean a yo-yo. Okay, so something to do with bacteria, maybe. Lacking life. Oh, okay. So this is yo in the sense of life, I think. Is it oh, I think what causes the epic grief to multiply is that many were not is that they were not already dead, and then we're going to find out, I think, sorry, looking at the words that we're going to, is that they got there but they didn't have the supplies. Is that they were not already dead. So I'm think that. So I don't think it's that they were already dead. It's that they were not already dead, or because so yo-yo would be like lacking life, but then it's lie, so it's not. Maybe it's lost lives, but I think it's gonna be, because what I'm seeing in here, we're seeing like things about critical supplies, necessary provisions, and I'm kind of thinking that maybe there's going to be something about the reason why they're contacting House Gatac is that the rescue ships got there, they arrived, they didn't get there in time, but then what was really bad was that, yeah, exactly, if only they had a smooth cargo ship. Now I think the San Rai Len is actually new, but I think this is them showing how important they were by, like, oh, this is time when we were commissioned by the Emperor to do this. Important missions. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it underlined because I'm not confident. I'm not 100% that, but that's where I'm gonna leave it for now. Laws. C'est pas moi car Xi'an. Inventing supply ships. Carry vehicles, indeed. I'm just going to double check you can actually see what I'm looking at the moment. Yeah. Oh no, I need to scroll my Word document up. It's hard doing this streaming malarkey. You know, it's you have to pay attention to so many things at once while avoiding giving any dead air. And that's a hard thing to do, because not only have I got to do the translation, I've got to make sure you can see the translation, and I've got to make sure that I'm saying things which will be halfway interesting and not reveal me to be just a howling narcissist with absolutely nothing of value to contribute to the internet zeitgeist. And that's a problem. Like, I don't know how people manage it. Okay, so where were we? As I say, I'm going to take a bit of a break in a minute because low came up as pretty sure low is just the reverential. Pretty sure. Yeah, I would think that. Oh, because I didn't spell it correctly. Okay. Okay. It's the reverential version of that verb, be of a class. So. Okay, so what we got? Yes, more or less, Ken. More or less. At least I'm performing a service. So it has become the space station and the space station. Oh, it's a bit in blue. And its ships have been. Now, was that a short A or a big A? So I just need to. What am I doing? I'm going over here. Yes, that's a relational A. Lower. So have been so like, let's break this down into 3 parts. I'm going to put this bit in bold. That bit as well. I know, if more people subscribed, I might be able to take stickers, but at the moment I am well, also I need loads of people to watch my videos. You got to get 1,000 subscribers and like a certain number, 1,000 hours. So low works by saying these two things are equal, but like the so where T says these two things are equal, low says of a class. So we're saying that the space station and its ships are amongst the all complete remains, the skeletons, the crust, and then this is all like setting out the sense of the verb. So losia pa is have become wrecks. So yeah, have been completely destroyed, have been completely turned into sort of skeletal wrecks. Okay, so we've got through that part and that part. We've still got this part to do. I'm going to take a break for new document on the Banu language. I'll have to have a look. I'm going to take a bit of a break now just to freshen my voice. When I return, I will be doing this bit. I'm going to give myself 10 minutes, so I'll be back in 10 minutes, okay? And in the meantime, I'm going to put up my pause screen again. If you haven't already translated it for yourself, enjoy. Xi'an. Let's have a look at the... Okay, so I'm just going to read the chat. Catch myself up. Oh. Rust Society Guide. Maybe we've got a new version? We're on like version 6 of the Xi'an Guide. We were previously on version 2 of the Banu Guide. Maybe you've got a version 3? No, yeah, version 2 is old, is the old one. And last year they gave us like a week before they released the translation. So you find a week... I can have a week of like enjoying the idea that I know this before finding out that I don't. Yeah. Okay. So, let's carry on. Yeah, this isn't good English. I think I'm going to change this translation a bit because let's take a little sidebar of just thinking about what it means to translate, or really what I'm doing is interpreting. To transliterate is just to go between the two alphabets. That's easy. And to translate is to go between two languages. But to interpret is to take what is said in the words and turn it into the meaning. And in this, they're saying, like literally, the space station and all its ships have become part of the wreckage. And that kind of seems a bit sort of like odd in its phrasing, and a more natural English way to express the same idea would probably be have been completely destroyed. And there's like multiple different ways you could express that in Xi'an, but like that's just the interesting things about the difference between like doing a straight translation and actually understanding what it says. And that's why I'm not worried about like the idea of a universal translator for like the alien languages, because what you're going to get is something like this, where it's going to say, be of a class becoming perfective, space station and ship emanate its skeleton entirely. And that doesn't mean that's not necessarily going to immediately jump off the page as being the space station and the ships have been completely destroyed. So the idea of a universal translator, or like some kind of Google Translate for alien languages, doesn't mean you don't get something out of like cracking the guide open and reading it. Let's get back to the lesson. Oh, that's my alarm to remind me to restart the stream. So that's been the 10 minutes I said it would be. Hello, 59 people. Just to remind us where we are. We have this letter. It is in 2 parts. Let me check I can see what you can see. So the first part is simply a modern bit of text from this year saying, hey, we're House Gatac. We've got this letter out of the archives to celebrate the release of the Rylan. Hey, Britain. The guy who invented the language has just arrived, so everyone can like thank him for creating something for us to enjoy. So yeah, to recap, we've got the introduction just saying we've got this out of the archives to celebrate House Rylan, the release of the Rylan, and then it's a letter from the Second Imperial Dynasty during the Spirit Wars, right near the end of the Spirit Wars, and actually 7 years before this emperor or empress who is writing the letter was eventually assassinated by the Gatac. And we're discussing essentially Gatac war crimes and a atrocity where a space station full of young military recruits, they've all been absolutely annihilated by this Gatac attack. The Gatac were shooting the escape pods, and the rescue ships were getting there too late. And there was a sentence there which I had some trouble with. Maybe Britain can correct me on this, which was this part where I believed it said that what they were saying was like the bit that made it really tragic is that when they, these ships failed to arrive in time, but when they got there, they weren't like, it wasn't that everyone was already dead. And I think that we're going to find out that part of the thing is that they got there, but not only were they too late, but they didn't have what they needed to make a difference when they did arrive. Just based on like the new vocab. I might be wrong on that, and that's why I've underlined it, because the language was Well, I couldn't translate yo-yo. It wasn't in the dictionary, so. Thanks for dropping by, Britain. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's continue with some transliteration. So next line is nice and short. So try and move around my hot tea. Let's plug my phone as well, because otherwise it may die. Okay. Esu lie some I'm gonna translate this whole line because it's quite short. Oh meow. That's the sound my cat makes. Oh meow meow. You saw him earlier? He's been a real... Because we went away over the weekend, we actually got... my wife and I, we got married over the weekend. It was separate, the legal bits that we have to do, and then our wedding is in September, but it was delayed due to COVID. So so we decided we were going to go and do the legal bit, the sort of equivalent of getting married at the courthouse kind of thing. But we did it up in Scotland. It was lovely and traditional. You can see it about my Twitter. And the cat has not forgiven us for leaving him for the longest period he's ever been left alone since coming here. So, because he came to us during the pandemic, so he's been spoiled rotten by just constant attention. Constant attention. Nokia. Nokia sounds like it's gonna be like hand fighting, which I'm excited to see. You might be able to see on my Twitter also that there's like some really old concept art that they're still using of a Xi'an just like beating the shit out of a vandal on like the page where you download the game. And I find that quite funny because like they've obviously moved the concept along since then, but the idea of like a Xi'an like holding this vandal by the throat is just quite funny now. I mean, I think they can fight, but that's not what they bring to the forefront anymore. Xia. There we go, Xia. Oh, Britain, if you like this, you're going to love my entry for the cooking contest. I've revived a cosplay character, which is a chef, a human chef, who specializes in fusion food. And I'm trying to do a cooking show episode where I'll be speaking Xi'an entirely and some French, explaining how to make duck rillettes for human guests who are too fussy about proper meat. That's if I can get it done in time, because I've had a busy week. Ooh, pen. And no, it's rye. Rye a len. Maybe that's a reference to the rye len. I mean, that's smooth year rather than smooth cargo. It's a low pitch. I was making the comment that maybe they call it the rye len because the rye len, as in a smooth year, would be not a good description of what's been happening in the real world. Misha, my wife, appreciates that I have interests and passions, including Star Citizen. You know, it's important to have hobbies. It could be worse. I could be into, like, you know, sport. Let's go to the sentence check where I'll cheat. Kenmore, I look forward to seeing some human Banu Tavara infusion. Mine is almost just directly just fancy human food, but I'm trying to explain in my description how a human food will go with the rules of Xi'an cooking. So I think that's my little bit. Now we have a share hit there, which is not in the dictionary, I think. So I'm just having a look at what we got here. Was I right in thinking that's Nokia? Is it supposed to be Pokia? Oh, it's Pokia, not Nokia. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise that'd be like hand fighting. I don't think you're going to be hand fighting the Gatac in space. Okay. So I'm just going to write down this directly first. Let's see if this share answer. Okay. So share there is answer, and that was Pokia, meaning the idea of fighting. So okay. There is certainly a direct path, or the path is certainly direct. The path is certainly direct. Like, it's obvious what's going to happen now, I think, or like, I'm going to take that as somewhat idiomatically as like, it's obvious what's going to happen now. Omya Kwai is a command, and we said that Xia was respond. It's imperative that we respond to this. Yeah, I guess it would be. It's imperative that this is answered. This must be answered, I'm going to say. This must be answered in blood. This sentence check doesn't give me the sentence breaks, which makes it a little bit more tricky. We are already prepared for war. As our empire is already prepared for war. Our empire is already for war. Or Ushia is again, because I guess we haven't heard so much about the spirit wars, but it's wars plural, so maybe they went away and they came back. You know, my little headcanon with the Gatac is that, you know, they assassinated the empress and her family. And then the war continued for a bit, and then they just sort of left the Xi'an alone. Now, did they beat them back? Not sure, but like the Xi'an were disunited, so I sometimes think that the Gatac are maybe rebelling and trying to get freedom from the Xi'an rather than attacking them. Or maybe, obviously they attacked them, they had atrocities, but I sometimes wonder whether the Gatac are like their rogue AI or like a slave race or something. I think that's possible. I'm not saying it's certain, but it's like it would be in line with what we know. So our empire is already prepared for war again, and after a smooth year, after smooth 10 years, only 10 peaceful years. So I guess they've been like at peace for 10 years. Well, ceasefire at least. And after only... Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. And our empire is already prepared for war again. And after only 10 peaceful years. And that's peaceful in the sense of smooth. Okay, so that's that chunk done. Let's go to transliteration again. I appreciate the feedback that if we do this again, then it would be better if I switch like how the original is working. Like, don't display it all the time because it's going to take up space. Nico, yes, no, and indeed. So indeed would probably be just the flair. So correct. Yes and no are actually more contextual, and usually you just repeat the word back. So if I say like, Ena Ronrailen, enarun. Let me just think. Ena con sanrailen. Are you buying a Rylan? You would to say, I am, or Eli, I'm not. Because the that was in my question, you can repeat back to me, or Eli, or not. You don't just, there isn't like a discrete word for yes or no, because I could say like, Ona, why ni kawa, are you going to kawa? And you would say, oh, because the verb of that sentence was oh. Does beg the question, I mean, like, there's an obvious answer for this. You don't say oh in familiar. So if you're talking to a friend, you say, na why ni kawa? So, like, you just dropping the verb off. Would you just respond in silence? Just like, that's a yes. No, I think you just say oh, but I can joke. I can joke about languages. I'm allowed. Right, let's get on with this transliteration. We're going to come down the final big paragraph, which will be a big one. So now we're getting into this symbol here. This is a special symbol because yeah usually would be a slightly different. It'd be written slightly differently. Let me go to the alphabet page. So normally, yeah would be written like this. You see it there. Now, instead we have this and then a high. I'm looking at this symbol here. Sorry. This is specifically a verb about the emperor. The emperor does not ever use pronouns. It never says I do something. The emperor uses their whole own set of verbs. So this is an imperial verb. It is saying the emperor is doing or saying or something. I don't know them off the top of my head because I've never really had to talk about the emperor before. I did have a cheat sheet which I managed to lose before I needed to cheat, but we'll run it through the sentence checker. But this is an imperial verb, so now we're talking about what the emperor does, thinks, believes is whatever. At least I think that's what's going on. Isakia. Oh no, I've gone too far. Don't know that one. Kang Nyoa Ka La Noa Wana. That's mother again or matriarch. Can't remember. Nyo Nyoa we Yeing Tiha. Sounds like a name. Tiha. Say sure. That should be probably capitalized. Can't. You'd expect that to have the double bars of a capital letter because that's house show. That's the imperial line. Say. And we had this earlier, I think. Ruang Rangalo. That was in the new words, I believe. Rangalo. No, it's not. Okay. I'm just curious about what that is. Rang all manners, politeness. That's a tricky one. Rangalo. Uth. I say Huang Moa Air. Up to the top again. Oh, that's a long sentence again. Sorry, I'm going through word by word, right? It is really confusing when you go from like watching a stream on like double speed and then suddenly you're watching it on normal speed again. Eto su Xi'an oh sorry, I didn't realize this isn't visible to you. Like I said, juggling all this crazy stuff, it's you know what, like I've been at this place for hours. I know thought to just change to turn off yeah, can I just turn off like checking the spelling? Ignore all. Got it. Okay. I just want to turn off I don't know. Microsoft Word. What are you going to do? Okay, you can see it. Okay. Where were we? Sorry, I've lost my place. You can tell. Okay. So I've lost my place. So we were at Esang To Su Jan Uth O. So that's where I am. Oh. Yao Shou Sing with Ooh. Now this is the thing that I missed out on earlier. The idea of a group of people is now a thing in the language, which is useful. But there's some things in my first section which are probably wrong now because of it. Yeah. It's a group of soldiers. Nyakia. Unyakia. Say Sao, group of imperial soldiers. Tools language. Okay, let's go tool. I don't have a tools. Where's your god now, Darjanator? Hi, Hexagon. Thanks, Britain. Yeah, the merciful and honourable. Thank you. So yeah, the Rangalo is the merciful and honourable. I like that these pleasantries all have rang in them, which is like sorry, rudeness. Is what I say every time I get something wrong in front of Chris. He reminds me of it. I.e. on Twitter, because that's where I live. Ooh. Umwe. Xi'an. And finally, we've reached a full stop. Yeah, I just don't know how to. I don't know how to work this to make it stop underline my stuff. We've gone too far. Enjoy the red lines. I don't care at this point. It's 11 p.m. and I still have to. After this, I have to get into costume to carry on making a video, which is a week-long recipe for a cooking competition that I'm probably still not going to win. But oh god, this is nightmare. Like, guys, I appreciate it, but I'm not going to fix it now. Let's see if we can fix some of this. So, Yesao. Did I get Yesao right? No, it's Yesa. It's not Yesao, it's Yesa. Yesa. There we go. So that's Yesa is the same as saying but so Yesa is the same as saying but it's when the emperor says it, or when it's referring to the emperor. So it's like the emperor is, but you're not actually saying the emperor. It's very much like the equivalent of when a Roman emperor might say, "Caesar wishes to see you," and it's like, aren't you Caesar? Yes, I know. I'm speaking in third person to sound important. It's kind of like that, and they just have a whole bit of. So Kang is stand. Britain pointed that out to me as well. So Kia. So Kia is metaphorically. So the emperor is metaphorically standing. And I think is Noah would be. I believe it's the reverential version of Noah. I still have it open. Okay, let's just go to the reverential pronouns. Yeah. So that is saying. Okay, so what are we saying here? I think Ela is also something new that was in this. Ela is shadow, or alternatively glow, cast by a person of great honor and respect. Yeah, and that should be Noir Na with a long A. I'm gonna keep running this through until I get like all of the things that I got wrong corrected. So I've made some mistakes in my transliteration, so I'm just going through and correcting those ones which are fixable so that I have a full version to work with. So did this say Ye Ying? Yeah, that says Ye Ying, not Ye Ying. It's probably just like typos, That's not like... Ase Huang Moa also goes to Huang Moa. That's interesting. Okay. I think that's okay for now. Okay, so... So the emperor is metaphorically standing currently, but then there's an I, and I'm not sure if... I mean, I think the letter is signed from... Yeah, Eth Seishio. So, like, this is from the emperor. So I think we actually have a pronoun in there for the emperor, it would seem. Canmore, there is the royal we. It's very similar, yeah. It's kind of just like that idea of having a special way of speaking for a certain class of people. I think that might be like, as the emperor, I'm standing in the shadow of the mother and of my mother. I think it's like, as the empress, I am standing in the shadow glow of my mother. I'm following their footsteps. Okay. Right, okay, I see. So Britain's clarified the reason why we have pronouns for in the imperial tense here, where usually you'd omit the pronouns entirely, because the empress is referring to her mother. We are using the pronouns to make it clear. Of my mother. So I'm going to do a bit of interpretative translation here, but it's like who was the... Now I'm going to scroll back up to where Britain told me this bit. It was the merciful and honourable... I'm going to spell it like a British person. Honourable Tia. I don't know if it's the case, but I'm definitely going to choose to associate that name with Tia Coffee. Because why the hell not? If you don't know who Tia Coffee is, then you are missing out. And Seng Huang Moa, I think that's like most high or something like, maybe something like that. Utmost important, but I don't know what Assay. Didn't I have that earlier? Because I was making the same silly joke about Assay. Let's, is there something on here? Oh yeah, Assay Huangmoa. Critical supplies. Critical supplies on necessary provisions. And critical supplies, okay. Will be okay. Let's focus and break this down because it's quite long. So we've got as far as oh, sorry. Yeah, you can't see what I'm typing. Okay, I'm gonna make it a bit smaller so you can actually see this because it's a really long sentence. There we go. Keep it to 1 page. Don't know why I have Spotify, but that shouldn't be there. Okay. Moving the wrong bit. Sorry, just rearranging my stream. Okay, so we've got as far as basically that. So this is all just like, oh, I'm the Empress and I'm standing in walking in the big footsteps of my mother, who was Tia of House Shou, who was the merciful and wonderful. So it's all just kind of like gushing pleasantries. And now we're getting on to a more complicated bit that might be a bit harder for me to interpret. So I'm just going to break it down a little bit. So there's something here about critical supplies and creation. Certainly create bold, or boldly create. Create bold. Xi'an is maybe just confidence. I'd probably just create confidence. Now I just want to go back to where it says air, and I believe that will be a small air. The difference between that being the verb or not the verb, like conjunction, I think. Yeah, so, but maybe it's metaphorical critical supplies, like, so your confidence and Oyao is able to Xiaoseng we didn't have in the dictionary before. Xiaoseng does not appear here. Now Seng would be, I think, it's a pronoun. Seng, yeah, protect and self-protect. Oh, home protection. After Earth comes, yeah. Oh yeah, maybe I think I must have missed something. Okay. That's why it was being confusing, because I had missed off a... Yeah, To Su Shan Uth O. Oh yeah. Okay, so there was meant to be a yeah after one of the uths. Not seeing a yeah in here, so it must have just dropped off. Okay, so there should have been a do somewhere. Britain, can you clarify where the yeah would have been? Chi Tao. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm not sure I'm seeing which bits that Britain's referring to. Am I just being super tired? Well, okay, so Xiaosang is home defense. Home defense for the soldiers of the Empire. In the manner of did I get Xiaoang wrong? After Rangalo. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that did I miss that off? Yeah. So I'm reading from the comments. There was there should have been there should have been a in there. I probably just scrolled past it because it's kind of hard. I found the easiest way was just to work off this image. I just realized that made the image too big. There we go. I found the easiest way to navigate it was with this image because it zooms better, but it doesn't scroll very cleanly. So where I was just. It doesn't really matter. I got it. Damn it. Doesn't really matter if I missed it. It's now in the SRX, so that's fine. So yeah is the Imperial of Du, and so that's kind of saying like the and no, I'm not entirely sure if it's this Empress or if we're still referring to Tiha, as in like the predecessor of this Empress. I'm going to bold and underline that perhaps the predecessor of this Empress was doing the go back to the bottom of the first line of the last big paragraph. I can't even spell the word defense tonight. Yeah, I wanted to check Xiaoang to see if I was getting that wrong. So I'm just trying to find my place because it's Xi'an. Su Shan Uth. Oh, yep, there's the Yao that I missed. Xiao Sang. Yeah, got that. Earth Unya Kya Se Sao U Mue E. Okay, this is where I was. Xiao Ang. Yep. Got that. Okay. So Xiaoang, was it in the new vocab? Yep, safe. Okay. Safe, unharmed, protected, saved. Okay. So safely and so the Empress is doing I'm just going to put that. Critical supplies to build confidence and home defense for the soldiers of the Empire in a safe and fast manner. So Patrick, yeah, this is a letter from an old emperor who was assassinated in like more than 1,000 years ago. This is when this is happening. This is the mid 1200s on Earth. So this is a historical document about kind of shows the it's kind of Gatac showing off their importance in a past period of the Empire. So they're kind of boasting a bit, I think. So can you see now? Okay, let's go to a new page, move on. So yeah, I'm going to go with that for now. As the Empress, I'm standing in the shadow glow of my mother, who was the merciful armor of TF show, and the Empress is doing critical supplies. I think that's more metaphorical, like is to build confidence and home defense in a safe and fast manner. I'm going to stick with something like that. I think the wording will obviously come up more naturally when we see the final translation. I would translate that more naturally as like saying, I'm standing on the shoulders and walking in the shadow of my mother, the merciful and honorable Tia of Sho. I am, Caesar is producing the critical necessary work to build the confidence and home defense for the soldiers of Empire in a safe and fast manner. Safe and secure, maybe. Yeah, so this is the current Empress is doing this. I felt that was what was said because we were dropping the pronouns again. They were no longer clarifying between the two. So I'm going to stick with that as my translation for now. Chitangwe. I've skipped Chitangwe. Okay, where's Chitangwe? Did I miss Chitangwe? Have I not got to Chitangwe? I must have like scrolled past something that I missed. Because I clearly missed like at least one bit. Okay, so I'm just going to go from the start of the sentence because I'm clearly missing something. Chisa kia e a kang nyoa ka ela un nuana. So I'm trying to get the tones right, rather than just doing it silly. Nyoa we yayin. Nyoa we yayin. Tiha se sho we say. Oh, it's not say, it's way. Okay. Oops. Doesn't really make any difference, but okay. Rangla lo uth yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I just completely missed a line. Sorry, that must have been so frustrating for you watching me just like barrel through making stuff up. Yeah. That's why it didn't make sense as well. So yeah, chi. Oh. That's yeah. So I'm pretty happy with the end of that sentence, but obviously I went wrong in the middle. So, che tao wei nui. I missed a whole section. Like, how did that happen? I think I must have like missed this whole line. Yeah, what happened was I went off the bottom of this line and then I went to this line. I got too optimistic. So some of this actually belongs to the next line along. So let's get on with that. You are okay. You are say. New house that I haven't heard of before. Nyetan. Natan. Natak. Oh, Natak. It is after 11 p.m. Britain, and I still have to do my cooking. It looks like they're misspelling Gatac there. I think that's probably still going to be Gatac. Maybe it's just an old name for them. Who knows? Yo se flare tong. That's with a long O and a full stop. Can you see what I'm doing now? Oh no, there we go. Sorry, I need to keep an eye on like what you guys can see. Yeah, it is nearly midnight, though I do actually have tomorrow morning off work because I'm staying up later at work to use a microscope. So if you're just wondering what's going on at the moment, I accidentally skipped a line, so I mashed together two bits, which was bad. So I'm now going back and fixing that. by. So all this stuff belongs to the next section. So we got as far as the Empress. Let's scroll down. I'll zoom out a bit. Why do you keep wanting to go to multiple pages? There we go. That's better. I can't zoom out further than that. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me just fiddle with my stream. There we go. Oh no, this is far worse. Okay. Okay, so we had this bit, which I got part way through. And we got to about there. So, and then this stuff down here belongs to the next sentence. So I'll put that off the page. So is beginning to look a lot like the Empress is doing something. So we'll run it through. Yeah, I was just saying, Britain, that in one place they put Natac rather than Gatac, so it just looks like there was a missing G. I can send you a list of spelling corrections. If you want to be a real ass, I could be a real asshole about it. But yeah, it was an N. So yeah, I'm not going to be so churlish as to correct the very few little points where the typesetting's gone wrong. So you're saying that Tao Wei was a special imperial form of Tang Wei, only used by the imperial house, a request that cannot be refused. So, okay. So I am making a request, but I'm not really making a request. I am, and for your house, for House Natac, to do something. And the Empress is making a quest, not really a request, for House Gatac to do something like help. It's going to be something like render help, because you got Say, which is Sithleatong is going to be to do with protection, and like, yeah, it's going to be to do with protection and safety and security, because Say is safety and Tong I think is something to do with protection as well. Tong is care. So Sithlea, Tong, Earth, Nyam. I don't know what Nyam is. Nyam, the people. So so the Empress is making a request, not really a request, for House Gatac to and then Yo kind of seems like it's the desertative normalizer. So unless, did I just put in a low pitch mark that shouldn't be there? No, it's there. Yo. Okay. So I guess that's like a portmanteau of Yo and O, but it's the reverential to, yeah. So the Empress making request for House to so did we have the word? So Sithlea Tong is to the proper protection, and it was Earthnyam, wasn't it? And the people, something like that. Yeah, To and O. Yeah, Yo and O. I thought it might be like that for this Yo thing. And the Empress. So I'm going to render it as that, like the Empress as in like Caesar commands. Yeah, cool. So now we got to do the rest of this line and then sort of stick it onto critical supplies to build confidence, which is what I had translated before. So we're up to Nyam, which is there. Can you see what I'm doing? Almost. There we go. So we're translating this column. I really should have my screen work. See why streamers have two screens. I don't have a space for two screens, but so yao kwai leia san e. Hey, something about their ships. San e hi se sath u If you want to learn it, you can start with Britain's videos, and then you can. My ones are much slower, really. I mean, I'm going to make some more when I get around to it. I've got other projects that I want to finish off, and I want to release my Xi'an font that I made. I just haven't found. I think I'm going to do that in a really passive-aggressive video, where I'm going to take the concept art of the Gatac and take every bit where there's just sort of a placeholder for Xi'an text and put it in real Xi'an text with the font that I made, because I think it would fit. It's going to come off as really catty, but that might be a good way to release that font. Shiniti, my font. It's kind of just like it's deliberately ugly and unreadable. It's like industrial, you're not meant to be here kind of font. Where the current official two typefaces that we have, which is Xinflair, this one, and Xi'an, which we have in a guide but not formatted into a font yet, are both very readable and very kind of friendly. They're sort of the Times New Roman and Helvetica of Xi'an, and I wanted to make like the impact or the stencil. So where was I? Nuang or Lai Shui. Sorry. Lai Shui. Earth. Oh no. Aside from the website, are there any good places, communities? Yeah, you just want to go on ueexi.com, and then there's a Discord. That's the best place to really start. I say Huang Moa A. How did I end up with this? So messed up. Because I've got Aseng Huang Moa A. So I don't know where this Tau came from. There's no Tau. So that's where we splice on to what we had before. Let's bring that all down. Okay. Okay. George, I'm glad you got the pecorino. Although I wouldn't have known you were the guy I was talking to about pecorino earlier. Now I know. But yeah, this was a discussion on how to make Ixe from the Banu guide. I mean, yeah, it's not really rumours that they're in Squadron 42. They're on the IMDb page, and like, it's pretty well known. I mean, you can see that there's a Xi'an cargo ship on the roadmap for Squadron 42, which is not going to be the one we have. It is like, I mean, from leaks, it's like a really big one. Sherry even put out a thing on Spectrum ages ago, just in this chat, of like a phrase, and it sounded very much like a phrase that might be like written on a post-it note from that ship. Okay, so Leia, it's saying feeling, but I think it's also for opinions, emotional opinions, not sort of like informed opinions, but like I feel that. I think it's a VCP. Don't want to select all. Let me find it. Leia. It can also be intuition. Okay, just trying to remember. Yes, it's not an informed opinion. It's a feeling. So it's your so it's talking about House Gatac's famous ships. So ship of prestige of Jale. Only do Lai Shui. Don't know what Lai Shui is. What's Shui? Give. Okay. Lai Shui is it like do not give? Don't give? Lai is like don't, not. Lai Shui. Rai Shui. I'm getting the bloody R's and L's mixed up. And yeah, it's cargo. Give cargo. Haul cargo. Not Lai Shui. Rai Shui. The reason why I'm getting the L's and the R's mixed up, partly because so they're very similar shapes. You can see an L here, and you can see an R here. And in fact, the L is an R with more bits, essentially. And they're quite close in the language, like L and R in how you're supposed to pronounce them. And but I'm just mixing them up without really any excuse to do so. So, Oya Kwaila San. So, your ships are able to, I'm going to translate it as your prestigious ships are able to haul, to give cargo, or is there a okay, so now the dictionary is going to add like be more helpful, because Chris has just like managed to add the words to it. So give cargo and critical supplies. Your precision. I don't know how the feeling comes in as much as saying like this is an opinion. Like it's the opinion that I'm going to just bracket as opinion. Is an emotional opinion. In a safe and fast manner. That makes more sense. So yeah. Oh yeah, okay. Or so yeah. I don't did Unin Wang, did I get all that? I might be missing something out here. It's also saying only your ships. Only your prestigious emotional opinion. Only your amazing ships. Only are able to give cargo and yep, I think that's going to be. Ole is an idiom. Okay, so let's see what I was missing out on. Oh, yeah, okay, so trust. So it's not an emotional opinion, it's trust. Only your prestigious ships can be trusted to be able to give cargo. I'm going to go with that. That's good enough to do for my purposes this evening. It might be phrased differently. I think that's getting the meaning of this. We've got the things of like Ya with ability and yeah, I'm yeah. So I'm gonna go with that. Okay, we'll go on to the next sentence. We must be near the end. Okay, so we'd come down here. We've gone. Xi'an left. Okay, so we are now here. Maybe I should have just transliterated the whole thing in one go and then like come back and translated it in one go, but I kind of enjoy the going back and forth a little bit. Kind of keeps me on different tasks because the transliteration is so, I don't know why, but I can still like talk and stuff while I'm doing it. I mean, I still get mistakes, but like it doesn't distract me in such a way. That is a weird yai. That's a weird syllable. I wonder what that's going to be. I kind of want to find out now. What does that mean? Uyai. Uyai. Am I misinterpreting that? Where did we go? We were here. Uyai. What uyai? Strange. Okay. Le Xioma. Yes, Xioma. Fred's like, yeah, it's very weird. Yeah. You knew what you were doing putting that in there. You knew that this would make us weep. Irregular spelling. Okay. It's a very irregular spelling. It's got almost all of the vowels. We just need to sneak an O in there and we'd be happy. Okay, le chemin. Yeah. Like solemn grave, somber grim. Okay. Was it just that I was putting the dots where it would be? Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah. So it's just a matter of the dot doesn't belong there, it belongs there for some reason. I would have put it after you. Lie. So that was the end of this column, and we're on to the last column of this paragraph. Tao Wei U Ye Sa Yo Yes I yo two stem. Let's finish this sentence off because let's finish this paragraph off because it's nearly at the end, and it's all short bits. So let's just get it through. Yeah, Leathler. You are. You are Tau, the Imperial line. Uth Sath. Uth Sath. No, it's Sath. Yeah, Patrick, it's more like, yeah, it is kind of like, yeah, this is the Xi'an Emperor saying how great their ships were, but it's kind of like looking back more in history. So it's more like, this is like a letter from the president to Henry Ford during a war saying, we need your, was it Henry Ford with the Jeep? I don't know, like whoever it was who made the Jeep saying like, we need you to get together and make us Jeep so that we can like win this war. That's the kind of context of this. And it's given us some interesting insights into this period of history that we don't know about with the Gatac. That they were not just like, there was some real atrocities going on. Yeah. Oh, Omia Lai Chol. No, it could be L or R, but I think it's I'm gonna put L for now. Chol Nui Nya Nyawem? No, Nyawem. Nyawem. Not Nyawem, Nyawem. Okay. Yeah, Niku, you can say Thlaya to mean correct. But obviously that wouldn't work in context. If I said, like, do you like, if I were to ask you, do you like this food, and you said correct, it'd seem a bit strange. You'd be understood, and, like, it is useful as a stopgap, but really the best way is to respond with the verb of the question, and that's how you say yes or no. Okay. So let's get into blue. Oh, that's orange. No, blue, please. No, down here. So this here is a grave. Let's say solemn mission, and the Empress. I'm going to continue using. Yeah. So as Britain says, the idea must be factual to be Thlaya. This here is on a mission, and the Empress does not ask it. Yeah, does not request. So it's kind of saying, like, this is a solemn mission, and the Empress does not request it without fear. So it's like, this is, yeah. So as Chris is pointing out, with Au being here, it's saying, like, this idea here. It's not saying po Au to be explicit. It's about the idea, but it's saying that something like, the matter at hand is a solemn mission, and the Empress does not request without fear. So we've got this. Yes. So I'm interpreting that from Earth. Yeah, I lied to. Like, let's get this out of the way. I've done this transliteration for the next sentence. So yeah, the Empress does not currently ask. Yeah, so that's present tense. Does not ask in a manner without emanating a lack of fear. So I'm gonna take that as does not without fear concern. And then we have Leia. There's so many, like, things here that I just should have remembered or read that would have made my life so much easier. Like, Xi'an was something I struggled with a bit, but, like, poetically to be destroyed. Okay. Yeah, fear or worry. Yeah, we're not talking about Kiai here. We're talking about Tusem. Basically, they're saying the Empress understands that this request is not coming lightly or without any kind of, like, concern. They're saying it's a big deal. Let's break this down as well. So we got Le Flare, you are Tal Sath. So you Yua Tower is the Imperial House, I believe. Though it's not there. Yeah, because it's Yua and Tao, which is like the Emperor. Lair Flair is still causing me problems. So it's trust, proper trust. Proper trust. Okay, yeah. I think that's like, there is a proper trust. Oh no, did I get something wrong on the transliteration for Utsath? Yes, it's Wethsath. Yeah, Slayer Yuatao Utsath is like, there's a proper trust between the Imperial House and you. I would take that. Did Xi'an culture develop anti-grav before spaceflight? I think spaceflight came first. I mean, we're talking about like spaceflight in the sense of Yuri Gagarin. That was like 6,000 BC or something like that, or like 26,000. It was like House Wei were the first ones to do that. Before which they'd like, there's the three earliest events I think we have in Xi'an history is like the start of Litova, the writing of a cookbook called The Three Leaves of Flavor, like 26,000 BCE, and then spaceflight. I don't know, they say, but maybe it was, but like certainly it's a really important thing. Omya Lai Chol Nui Nyo Now, was Chol right? Yeah, Chol is right. Do not fail, all of us. Anti-grav for quantum travel and jump points, certainly. I mean, they managed to destroy their they managed to destroy their entire homeworld before discovering jump points. Yeah. Omya Lai Chol Nui No Yam. You are commanded not to fail, for all of us. It is a command. That is good. So, what we got now? So that, it leaves us only this line here, and then all this stuff down here, which is essentially like signing off. So we've got the date, which we translated first, and then we've got like everything else. By the way, Britain, if you're still listening, I was interested to see this seal, which has like the elements of Gatac put into different parts. Is that going to be something that we have for all Xi'an houses? Do they all have a seal such as this? Yeah, Patrick, the Imperial House has its own way of speaking. Now, I'm not expecting that everything I've got here is perfectly right. I think I've got the gist of everything, but we'll see when the proper translation comes out. Kwai Toa. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. I've just been trying to put up stuff that I enjoy making. I'm never going to be that much of a particularly... that's Tao, not Toa. I'm not going to be particularly prolific, so I've got a lot of other stuff that I do in my life. But, yeah. I'd really appreciate subscribes, because it helps me feel like what I do is at least being watched by somebody. That's a strange one. Yayu. Nui Sath Uti Sen He. That's a famous name. Tao Noir. So it's the Empress. First, it's like Yatho, I think. That's the this here is first Yatho, I think. Though I can't remember my numbers off the top of my head. Oh, some comments missing. What's curious about the seal of House Hyo? What is curious about the seal of House Hyo? It predates the change from XY as a single character, so it's X in one and then YO rather than XYO. So that's what's going on there. That like it's predating the convergence of XY into one character. I didn't notice that before. Thank you for pointing that out. Oh, is that not what I was supposed to be picking up on? Has to do with what's inside the circle. Okay, I started to get it. Sorry, I thought you were responding to me. Yep, I remember that. So, let's have a look at Jale. So I'll zoom out a bit more. I'm pretty sure that it's hard for me to keep track of like what everyone can see. Say Rua. Oh, it's House Rua. House Rua, the first imperial house who elevated Gatac to be this important manufacturer of ships. They were the ones who like really well. They were the first emperors, so they're very important figures. So there's some reference to the first emperor Jale of the Rua, which is interesting. Before the unification, Gatac were like vassals to House Rua, and so obviously it became very important in the new empire. Mia Pue That's got to be on the translations because there's no way I'm working out without that. Is it just someone's name? Thomiapwe? And Thorum does sound like a... yeah, it sounds like a name. Okay, let's run that through sentence checker. Yeah, okay, so Yayu... So Yayu was... it's a non-standard spelling, so I got the non-standard spelling wrong. Does Xi'an have an expression of a lifetime or similar when referring to spending time on something or someone's dedicating themselves to it for life? Yeah, I guess like Li. Li is, as in Litova, is a path through life, your sort of more spiritually path. A pair of these characters were handcrafted by Britton Watkins, who's in the chat. And they don't really work like Chinese in any way. I had a whole video written about like Xi'an typography. It doesn't work like the characters work more like Korean characters, but they're not even written like Chinese characters are printed, because Chinese characters ended up being block printed with wood, so you end up with very fine horizontal strokes. That's kind of characteristic of that of languages related to that even. And the reason why they use block printing is because they had so many characters, they never made metal movable type. It wasn't like efficient to do it that way. You just carve out a wood for each page. That was a much more efficient way to print. They invented metal movable type, but it just didn't work efficiently. it did work efficiently for Korean, so that went over to Korea. And eventually, when it came over to us with the Mongols, we took wood block printing as well, and very quickly then found out about metal movable type and implemented that. Xi'an doesn't have those thin horizontals because, like Korean, it would work well with just normal print. Maybe I'm reading too much into that, but in terms of typography, there's some interesting things happening. Or at least you can impose some interpretations of interesting things happening. Britain, you can just like, yeah, I intended that. Okay. So. Oh yeah, and Yatho wants to be written like this. Okay. Almost there. And then I can go and do the other things I have to do tonight. Oh, Pasu Kwai. So, my mind's going blank at this point. This is a solemn endeavour in... Let me break it down. I'm at the end of my energy, as you can see by my hair going up. Okay, the just and virtuous. Okay, thank you. So, we're moving up to. So it's using the. So T. Name of the first Xi'an emperor. That would have been. I think it was actually an empress. Let's move this all down. I think, yeah. Virtuous Jale of House Mura. I'm going to choose to believe that's a reference to me. Yale. It's Yale. Yale? I'm sure that relates to somebody else. So I was just translating that bit with the prestigious name of blah 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 blah. So it is certain that you can do this. That you can. It's something like it's certain that you can. It's no, because it's not can, because there's no. Because it's. I think it's certainty with what you did for the. I'm not going to post my translation on Twitter. That would take ages. I'm gonna. I don't know. Yeah, I'll chop together something. I'll take a picture of it or something and put it on Twitter. Though I really like people to come and watch my... Maybe I'll record a YouTube video where I read out or something. O pasu quai Tauthlea. Is Tauthlea like good service or something like that? I mean, Tau is the imperial house. The future. Okay, good future. Okay. Yayu. I think in the name of, in the I've completely lost my abilities at this point. I'm just flopping about. It's something about, so do past, let's just write that. Do past certain passive proper future big it for you in the manner of using. So what's the natural translation of that? Do past certain passive proper These are more grammatical things. So when I say proper, it means like good future, like yeah, I got okay. So to be commanded properly, okay. Oh yeah, did I not just read that off here like a moment ago? I think this is a command. This is a proper command for you in the name of. So, like, I'm going to choose to translate it like this because it's like the last line. It's like a sending off line, and it sounds like it kind of feels like this. It's a proper command for you in the prestigious name of the First Empress, which is evoking the person that they originally had loyalty to. It might also, like, maybe I'm mistranslating this, and it should be something like, we need you to do this in the same way that you did for Jale Rua. It could be something like that, and I'm just mistranslating it because I'm tired, but that's what I'm going to go with. So, and then it just says, I'll just, I won't bother doing the SRX for this, well, because a lot of it will be the same. So, it's ETH say sure. That's the character's name. Then it's yeah. Yeah, Nyaton. Actually, I will. Yeah, yeah. You are so charged. Oh yeah. So yeah, Bryn's giving me the hint. You are so charged. You are thus charged with this magnificent act, or Let's change it to. I'm going to change it to important task. Yeah, big data. I think you're a bit behind of where we are. Nyaton, yeah, I changed my mind. I'm going to write this out. Let's change it to red. Itzia's show is just a name. Nyaton, I hope this is going to be like imperial title. I always thought that the emperor deserved like long styles and titles, like chief gardener of Waipuang and the holder of the fourth leaf of flavor. Or if you read these the royal houses like number of titles, it's quite ridiculous. I was actually we went up to Scotland for our wedding, not wedding, just like little civil ceremony, and went through Lancaster. And in Lancaster, you don't refer to Elizabeth II as the Queen of England. You refer to her as the Duke of Lancaster. Not even the Duchess, just the Duke. Because the two titles are the same person, and it's just like a local thing that's their name there, Duke of Lancaster. I'm going to transliterate this whole thing, and then come back and this is like protector of the people. Protector of the home world or the imperial world. Maybe this is like what I was saying. The styles and titles of the emperor. So these would be like protector of the realm kind of thing. And Nyawem was the people. And then the rest was just the date, which was, as we said at the top, it was, scroll all the way back up. I'm just going to grab the date. So we translate those. That's ETH of House Xiao. Nyaton Epithlea says Xi'an. That's like first citizen maybe. Nyaton. yeah is person, and then like fuel person. Did I mistranslate that? I think it's tong, not ton. Yeah, I think that might be either a typo or an old-fashioned. Yeah, I'm going to choose to interpret that as nyatong rather than nyatong, because I think that proper, yeah, the good and proper protector of the Xi'an. Good, not protector, like overseer or boss king, protector of the imperial world. Could be. Don't worry, Britain. Just say it's an archaic term, and that's been inherited. Like Nyaton is like the dialectal. Yeah, Emoa means like of all protector of all the imperial worlds, or not all imperial, all the empires, worlds, and the people. Yeah, it's a lovely title. Nyas Nyasenge Salte Themor Senyawem. It's protective of all the imperial worlds and the people, and that's the people with a capital P. And that was in 1699, which was 1296 here. So that's the translation. So to recap, and let's... so much text. So to recap, it was first a letter just introducing it, saying we're House Gatac, and to celebrate the release of the Rai Len. There's no such thing as... There's only happy accidents. Yeah. No such thing as typos. So yeah, sorry, to recap, the first part of this letter, which was the section up here, was just introducing it from the present day, saying, we're House Gatac, we're celebrating the release of the Rai Len, here's a letter from our history, from the archives, and then it launches into this letter from the then Empress Ith Se-sho, which towards the end of the Spirit Wars, 6 or 7 years before they got assassinated, and the end of the Spirit Wars, the start of this civil war called the Dark, or the Dark. And what they're saying is there's been this terrible attack by the Gatac. They've been slaughtering our they were slaughtering our military recruits. They were shooting the escape pods. Our people didn't get there in time. There was a bit, I don't know, Britain, you might have joined after this. I got a bit lost in a section where it was talking about what's the worst part about epakolayoyo yo I don't know, like it seems that lacking life, epa, they were not already dead. That's what I seem to think. Anyway, so there was a horrible attack on this space station on the outskirts of their home system, Hyoton, and they said, like, I'm the Emperor, I'm commanding you, I'm charging you with this important task. We need you to organise the defence of the realm. You've got what we need to get this done. You get on it. Yeah, your house needs to sort stuff out. But they're putting a lot of trust in House Gatac, and they're showing that not only the first Imperial House trusts them, not only did the second also did, and the third is, obviously House Craig seems to trust them as well. So we're establishing House Gatac as this long-serving, loyalist house that serves the greater good, and that's how they want to portray themselves to the humans. So I'm going to probably finish it there. I might record just a quick... I'll put my translation together into one big section, and then I can post it somewhere. They who are not already killed in the attack were forced to make an unthinkable choice. Ew. Oh. Okay. And also, yeah, this was a bit where I missed an idiom that was in the yeah, be tragically lost. And its ships have been tragically lost. So let's pop that all together, and I'll put it up on Twitter or something. And thanks for joining me for the stream. It's been a lot of fun for me. And yeah, thanks for everyone's time. Please subscribe to the channel so that I can continue to justify spending so much time to myself. But you know, I do enjoy it. But like, yeah, it'd be cool if I could get some subscriptions out of it. How many have I got? How many have I got today? A handful. I'd like to make 600. So if there's 8 of you who haven't subscribed, click subscribe, and then I'll be over 600, and that'll feel really nice. But anyway, yeah, thanks very much. And Britton, thanks for coming by to help out with the bits that I wasn't getting. Really appreciate it, and really appreciate all your work on the project Star Citizen. You bring something that others don't, you know. Okay, I gotta go and make some duck roulettes at midnight because I was going to do that before the stream, but now the stream is over, so cool. See you all around the verse. Athlekol, Yanalekol, Walikol.